Hey, chicas. Welcome back to another episode of It's for the Chicas. I'm Anaí.
And I'm Giselle. And y'all will be having episode 31 with a special guest because Giselle will be out of town.
Yes. So stay tuned for that special guest.
Hey, bitch.
Look who's here with us in the podcast. It's Taylor. So since many of you know, Giselle is on like a vacation with her family. She's out with her brother watching him graduate. So Taylor is filling in for Giselle. And just, you've been on the podcast. We talked the BBLs, 9 to 5s. Very nervous.
I just froze the first time.
Yeah.
I just kind of sat there and I'm like, someone talk for me.
And you have good topics. Like a lot of the things that we talk about, I know you've told Giselle, like, oh, I should do this. And she came with a lot of good topics for today. But let's start off with, how are you today?
I'm good. Super hot outside.
It's
I'm
so
over
hot.
it. We have 2 more months of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is the worst of it because I cannot take it anymore.
My mom's like, I think there's going to be a hurricane. I was like, you think so? And she's like, it's bad. Like this year, it's bad.
Off of Mexico is giving very hot.
Yeah.
So if something gets in there, it's just going to come poop straight over here.
Hopefully not here.
I hope not.
Because isn't it like weird though? Like I feel like with the hurricane, it's always like every so many years. And I think we're going like almost 6 years since Harvey.
Nothing's hit here.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like there was one after?
Because we got that big rain. But I don't think it was a hurricane.
It was not a hurricane, you're right.
Right? It was like a
just
tropical
flooding or
storm.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was bad. But let's start off with your first topic.
Yes. Speaking of hot.
Oh, yeah.
Flaming Hot.
The movie.
The movie. You've seen it.
I've seen it. I cried.
Me too.
I just got goosebumps again. It's such a good movie.
I couldn't help but feel, and I'm not Mexican, but I couldn't help but feel some kind of pride because my kids are and my man is. So we all watched it together and we were just on a whim on Hulu scrolling and I'm like, man, I saw this movie on, I think it was Facebook or TikTok. They were advertising it. And I'm just like, man, let's just watch it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we were glued from the second it started.
Yeah.
And there are just certain parts in there and it just tear jerker, 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah. So,
100%.
So, yeah, you say your kids are like, they're half Mexican, right? But I feel like even just a regular 9 to 5 worker that's not Mexican can relate to that movie.
Yes.
Because it just shows that, like, how hard he worked. And he was just, like, he started off as, like, what was he, like a garbage?
He was a janitor.
A janitor,
at
yeah.
Frito-Lay with his homies.
And he, like, really fought for it. And
He did.
And he was like, and he had the opportunity to leave and go work another 9 to 5 job. And he was like, no, like, I know this is going to make it. And it made it. I cried, dude. I cried a lot. I was like, I like movies like that, but I was like, why am I watching this? I was like, just like how far he came and how his wife stood by his side.
That was her man.
Yes,
even his own daddy couldn't tell her nothing about her man.
Yes,
she said, oh, "Hold on, bitch. This is my man. We are out of here."
Yeah, like I'm gonna believe in you. Like they don't believe in you. You don't believe in you. I believe in you.
So let's go.
Yes, and I was like watching it. I'd be like, "That's me and you, babe." Like I was telling Henry, I was like, "That's a ride or die wife." Like she was the representation of what a wife should be for her husband. Like through the thick, through the like thin, bad, everything. I was like, this movie is amazing. And then I was like, and a woman directed this. Like she produced it. It's that Eva Longoria. Yes. Henry didn't know who that was. I was like, you don't know who she is? Yes. But I was like, well, it is a woman's show.
Isn't she
I was
on
like, but she's
Olay?
like
Cover Girl?
Yeah, I was like, she's very big for the Hispanic community. I was like, very big. I was like, I can't believe you don't know who this is. I was like, look at her. She's freaking gorgeous. Ages like wine.
Big tits and he'll get it.
Oh, yeah. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's so pretty. And I feel like she doesn't age. I'm like, she looks just as good as she did back when those shows
were popping.
Yeah. She has a podcast.
No way.
Yeah, she does. You need to listen to it.
I had no idea.
It's so good. Yeah.
I think also with the movie, it And it made me kind of look inward and get irritated with myself, because I'm the kind of person where if something doesn't automatically yield a result, I'm not interested in it, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And so to watch that movie and to see another perspective, her supporting him when some of the things that he was doing, it wasn't yielding that result. Like when he first put the chips out and nobody was buying them. Granted, there were outside sources as to why that wasn't happening. But if I was her, I would have been irritated. Like,
I'd be
go
like,
to the
it's not
plants.
working.
We got to go. Like, I don't have time for this.
Literally.
So to watch her kind of like hold the house, and not once did she ever hold resentment
Against him
for basically like being broke.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, you are better than me.
Yeah.
And it makes me look inward and be like, hey, like sometimes like you need to cut shit and give him,
but
a little more slack.
you know that scene where she was desperate. She was like, what's gonna pay the bills? Like she was almost like not gonna do the chips with him.
Yeah.
And I feel like as women, like we've all been there. Like I've been there. I've been like, man, like, you know what, like I feel like I'm working, like my money's extra, and like where the hell is it going? Or like it's going into the savings, but like this debt's not going down. And there's been times where I'm like, hey boy, the plants, man, like do something.
Go.
Yeah.
Because it's quick.
It's quick.
And it yields a result instantly.
Yeah.
And I wish that I could be the kind of person that can see the bigger picture before it's even painted.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. It has to be painted and specs need to be attached. And I
Yeah.
can read everything and I'm like, okay, cool. And and it made me look at Edward differently, like, okay, that's how he is. Like he can see the bigger picture before it's even painted. And and that's where we hit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is a waste of time. Like I'm over it.
Yeah. I think for us is like we have my parents that always like give us advice, and like thankfully it's always like really good advice. Like my dad tells Henry, don't go to the plants. He's like, I know it's easy. I know all of that. And he's like, but you're indoors. And he was like, and if I made the money that you make, and he was like, at your age, like there's no way I would have ever left that job. And he was like, to go be in the sun, go be in the winters, like all of that. It's hard. Like it's hard on them. And then my mom always tells us too, like, I'd rather have like a little drop coming out of the sink than like a whole flush of water. And she was like, because the flush is going to stop, and like that little drop never stops. She's like, you're always getting that little drop like coming out. But it's hard. Sometimes it is like
irritating.
Yeah.
And so I give it to her for all of her patience. I could only dream to be that patient.
Yeah.
So,
and we all learned, like, I mean, that, like, you learned that, like, you're like, okay, well, now I can see things differently, and I can be a little more patient. A little bit
more patient and not so just uptight, I guess. But yeah, fantastic movie.
I loved it. Amazing. 10 out of 10. One of the best movies I've ever seen.
And at the end, when he's like giving all the waiter some money and the bus,
I know. I'm like, I aspire to do that. Like,
I'm like letting my hand out. I watched this movie. Give me some money too.
Yes, like because they came from like very like what's it called, humble background. Beginnings. Yeah, humble beginnings. But we can go ahead and go into our next topic. I think you had this or that, right?
Yes. No, I wanted to bring this to you because we do this in my house.
Okay.
So I stole it from the Kardashians, but whatever. We do peek and pits.
Oh,
so we do
that's
that
where you got it from.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, what does she mean, peek and pits?
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I stole it from the Kardashians, but so we'll do that. Well, we can start with you. Peaks being best thing, pit being the worst.
Okay.
It can be as dramatic or as simple as you want.
Pit.
If you want to start, it doesn't matter which one first.
Because we're what, Thursday? What happened this week? Pit, I would say my lens been frustrating me this week for no reason at all. And I get frustrated with myself.
Yes.
Getting frustrated with her. And I don't like it. It makes me sad.
With what?
Like, I just feel like, man, like, why am I being, like, frustrated with her when she's literally just being a kid? Like, I just wish I had, like, more patience. Like, the other day I was like, can you please, like, let me breathe for a second? And she was just like, but mommy, I just want to be with you because I love you. And that was my pick.
And then they
it
make
was
you feel like crap.
Yes.
Little kids are gaslighters from the minute they come out. I'm like, sister, don't even act like you were pissing me off, and now you want to be like, what? But why are you upset?
Yeah.
Like, dumb. You know what you're doing? Get out of here.
I was like, fine, I guess you can sit next to me.
Yes.
Like,
and you're like, oh.
And then I guess peak, I don't know.
A good thing.
A good thing. I bought Let's Do Makeup's drop clothes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that was a peak. I was really excited to buy it. So I think that was my peak of the week.
And the pit from that, how expensive was that?
Yeah, it was expensive. Yeah, I know. My coworker, I was like, guess what I bought? I was like, I bought Let's Do Makeup's clothes. And she was like, you're stupid. Why would you spend that much money on like that workout clothes? And then my other coworker was like, but she wears Lululemons, like, you know?
Oh, okay.
And she was like, oh, you wear Lulus? And then I was like, yeah. I mean, I don't like, not my whole leggings is Lululemons.
But you have some.
Yeah, but I was like, it's because if you try the quality, man, like they're worth it. I was like, and if you go to the store, you can get them for like $60, which is just as much as like Gymshark leggings. Might as well do like Lulus.
I had bought some Gymshark leggings for the first time. I think they come in tomorrow. They come in Friday.
Yeah.
But I went to the little tab, like the sale tab, and they were like $20.
Yes, they have good sales.
Ding, 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 and I bought them all.
You're gonna like them because you got the body for them.
And I'm like, I'm gonna try them. I'm excited.
And they don't give you a wedgie.
And they don't have a front seam.
Yes.
Because we all know the problem that I have, so I don't need a front seam.
See, and that's why I like the Lulus, because the ones I get don't have a front seam, and they have like a very like tight core for the tummy compression. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess that's it.
My turn. Moving along. Pit. Pit would have to be heat. And this neck pain that I have. A couple of days ago, I woke up, my neck was kind of stiff, and I was like, nah, whatever. And then I woke up this morning, and it felt like I had a neck brace on. Like, I could not, like, move my neck. So, I went to the chiropractor, and he did the adjustments, and they were super loud. When I tell you, my back and my neck, and
I've never been.
It was just, it sounded like you're cracking chips. Like it was cracking. Like even the lady in the front was cracking like, "Oh my god, cracking something," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And it did. Like now, like I have like the mobility to move around. Before I was like turning my whole body, and I looked a mess. So hopefully that gets better, because that's been such a pain. And I was supposed to do that jumping class at
on Saturday or today?
Wednesday.
Oh,
because I do it Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
And
how is that?
I love it.
Yeah. I'm so scared to go.
My first class, I felt silly, because like they're little trampolines, and it's just adults like jumping on trampolines.
Yeah. And
I'm like, man, like I just feel so stupid. But
it's intense, right?
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
And the instructor is
Mystica?
like older. Yeah, she's older than everybody, I believe.
No way.
I believe so. I would hate to say what I've heard, and then she get me mad.
What have you heard?
So I've heard that she's like 40 years old.
No way.
I swear to you, Giselle told me that. And like she's cool with her. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to say it.
She looks amazing.
I know. And
she doesn't even have a wrinkle.
No. Or a dimple on her ass. I'm close to her.
Yeah.
And I be seeing her.
I know. I've done classes with her. I've done like the step class and stuff, and she had talked to us about how she was going to bring the trampolines, because she's from Monterrey, so she's from like Mexico, right?
I stalked her Instagram. I was like, sister, what is NL? What does that mean?
Nuevo León.
I know. I figured that out, and I was like, oh, what a dumbass.
I mean, you wouldn't know.
I was like, where is that gym? I'm going to go there too.
Yeah. No, I know it's in Mexico. But that's crazy if she is that age.
Mm-hmm. She got a couple kids and like a whole husband too. Mm-hmm. So
her abs,
it
man,
wouldn't surprise me. I know.
And I would you would say like maybe something's up, you know, because she looks that good. But no, the way she trains.
What do you mean something's up? Like steroids?
No, like like you know, from where she's from, a lot of people their bodies are fake.
Oh, absolutely.
But hers, like, there's just no way possible.
No. She probably knows. She's like, this bitch.
You think so? No, but I'm saying like the way she does the class and like
Yep.
as energized as she is, and she does multiple classes a day, I'm like, that girl has energy. Like,
And she be drinking them C4s.
Oh,
I seen her. I
I love
saw her
the
have one.
C4s, yeah.
And I was like, hey, sister drinks those.
You said you just bought some OxyShred?
Yes, I did. I haven't done it yet.
It's like a pre-workout or like a pump?
The pre-workout, the powder.
Okay, I can't do
that.
pre-workout. I cannot. Like, I will.
I
Like,
took
lose my mind.
one and I didn't know. I was talking to Giselle about it. I was like, yeah, it was like all crumbling. Like, it was gross. And she's like, that means it's expired. And it really hurt my stomach. So I'm like, oh, crap. Like, fuck, it was expired. That's why I hate it, maybe. So I took
So I
it
had been there for a while.
Dude, maybe like, I just found it randomly. Because the first time I did that class, I could not keep up. Like, I thought I was going to die. Like, it was so hot. And she's moving so fast. And like, and it's in a completely different language from me. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I have to get off. And like, it was so embarrassing.
It is in a different language.
Yes. And I'm like, what are you saying to me? I don't know what's going on. And it was hilarious. Okay. So maybe the second or third time that I went, I didn't know that you were supposed to bring weights.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to bring weights, like no more than like 1.5 pounds, maybe 2, like if you're going to go crazy. But my dumbass brought 2.5. No. This is the third time I didn't bring no weights. And she looked at me and she said something. I'm not even going to pretend like I know. And I looked at her and I just like kind of smiled and I was like, oh no. And then she just kind of looked at me like, what do you mean no? You know, come to find out, she was asking me if I had weights, and if I didn't, can I go look for some? And I literally told this woman no. But it was because I didn't, not because I'm being a dick.
I'm sorry, I have a cough.
It's okay, but not because I was trying to be a dick about it.
Who told you?
No,
Who told you?
The
lady in the back.
No, I think I had described it to Giselle or something. Like I had said what she said, and she's like, "Bitch, she's asking you if you had weights." I'm like, oh.
The way you just sound, like, I could just picture this.
Every time we message, I'll send her screenshots. I'm like, what is she saying for me to do? I just send her $20 a week, and she just keeps telling me gracias. So I'm like, okay. And I go Wednesdays and Saturdays, and it's $10 a class.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm just like, okay. But then the last time she sent me some kind of message, and I'm like, oh, what does that mean? Because Google doesn't translate it correctly.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's something completely different. And I'm like, you're no fucking help. So I called Giselle, and I'm like, what the hell does this mean? And she's like, oh, she wants you to take a screenshot of the payment and send it to her because it's not her Zelle. I'm like, oh, okay. Just to like make sure that you're paying. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then now I just send her like the screenshots and stuff, and it's all good.
Oh, because it goes to X-Breed, right?
To no, some girl named Carla. I don't
I don't know.
I mean, she hasn't told me like, hey,
where's the money?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm doing it right.
Oh my gosh. Oh my cough, man.
So yeah, love that. Love the class.
Yeah. I bought like a whole bundle from OxyShred, and it's like the protein powder.
I saw that too, and it was like $160, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh well, I got one that was $119. I think I paid $120 total because I used Alexia's code.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it came with the protein powder. It came with the OxyShred, which is like not a pump, but you can take it on your off days.
Okay.
And so you take it in the morning, and it's supposed to help you shred, like OxyShred, right?
Okay.
And then you take it again like 10 minutes before you work out, and it's supposed to make you really sweat.
Okay.
And then it also came with an extra like little thing of fat burner, because I'm like, I feel like if I take that, like it's really gonna shred me.
Yeah.
With like garage workouts. Dude, I'm paying for my membership at that gym, and I haven't even gone.
No, me too.
I need to go.
I need to make but I do. But I do go, but I'm not going to work out. I'm going for
the class,
the jumping class.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still go. I'll go and like walk or whatever,
or get some miles in on the Stairmasters or something. Yeah. 2
of the treadmills were down the other day, and I was like, oh fuck.
So do they? I haven't been ever since they added that other gym. So do they have more treadmills down? I mean, now.
I think they only still have 3.
3
and then
2.
they have the 2 steppers, and then they have an elliptical.
Okay.
and then they have like the squat racks. But to be honest, I started getting like unmotivated because I'm like, fuck, like they're expanding. More people are going to start coming, and I'm going to get like upset because then I'm not going to have a place to park.
That's why I love it there, because it's like, so like.
But no, like I go at the same time, and I mean, and it looks like they're getting a lot of traction. But
what time do you go?
Like if I'm at home, I'll try to go like 2 or 3.
Oh, it's
in the afternoon.
It's because you and Giselle are able to go during the day. Home. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday, I want to start utilizing the gym that's in my actual building at work.
Oh.
Which we did. Me and Giselle worked out one time. And then I think another time we just like, she walked and I was wearing these like uncomfortable ass flats. So I just sat on the bike and just like.
That's so cool that your job has that though.
Mm-hmm.
So you could even go in the morning.
Yeah.
And then like.
I've said that multiple times and never done it.
Y'all are crazy. Crazy.
I've never done it. I want to be a 5 a.m. girly so bad, but I can't do it.
I've been a 5 a.m. I do feel like you get tired faster, but with gym, I feel like I'm able to go at 6 a.m.
Okay.
And 6 to 7, everybody's getting ready for work at that time. Mm-hmm. So the gyms are never really empty. Like, during that time. Nice.
Did I say my pit?
Yeah, you said your neck and the heat.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's been extra hot in Texas, guys. Houston. It's crazy.
Oh, my God.
And then we're going to do, what was it, this or that?
We can, yeah. I was going to do...
the Reddit story?
No, the this or that. Or do you want to do a Reddit story and then a this or that? Or do you don't care?
We can do this or that, and then we can do all the Reddit stories.
I'm going to pull up some Reddit this or that so you know how Reddit goes. Maybe wilding on there. Okay.
I've never seen the Reddit this or that.
No,
I've only seen the am I the asshole for, like, that stuff.
No, oh my gosh, I'm deep into Reddit, sometimes too deep, and it gets really scary, but then you jump out. For real, people are crazy. Like, they say the craziest things
on the internet.
Yes. Let me see. Okay, would you rather find your true love or have an unlimited credit card that you never have to pay back? That's easy.
Find my true love and make him pay my unlimited credit card.
Pretend that you have a bill so you can keep using the unlimited card and be like, oh, I need to pay my credit card. Yeah.
Make him give me money.
Look at you thinking outside the box. I was just like, easy money.
No way.
Okay. Oh my God, this is going to be another. Would you rather eat only cereals, breads, fruit, or only eat McDonald's foods?
I can't do McDonald's all the time. So cereals, breads, and fruits.
As a kid, did they ever force you to watch Super Size Me?
I watched it in high school in my health class.
Nice.
Yeah.
I watched it in elementary school, and I remember as a kid, like, man, he's so lucky he gets to eat everything at McDonald's every day.
Yeah, but you saw that difference. Like,
dude, he was about to die. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
No, yeah, but I could not. I'd rather eat the fruit than McDonald's. Like,
me too.
I mean, it's good for like food. Sometimes when you're craving their hot and spices and stuff, or like their double cheeseburgers, but I could not do it every day. And then they got rid of their salad, so
they don't have the snack wraps either, right?
No. Oh no, I think they do have the scraps. It's like chicken in a flour tortilla. Yeah, but I mean that's not healthy either.
Okay. Which of these random life perks would you rather choose? 200K, cure 3 health problems, reduced rent, 4 feet tall billionaire, increase intelligence and attractiveness by 50%, free groceries and tax-free life.
Fuck. I think the last one.
I don't know.
What was the first one again? Because that's a lot of options.
200K, I know. And then cure 3 health problems.
I don't have health problems. Would they be my own health problems?
I guess for the world. But then if you think about it, you can't cure getting old and people are going to die anyway. So what's the point in curing? What's the point in curing diseases? You're just going to prolong their life and make them miserable.
I'm going to make that a real.
And so I wouldn't cure anything. I'm over that.
Yeah.
4 feet tall, I would probably off myself for being 4 feet. So no. Increased intelligence and attractiveness by 50%. I'm not fucking hideous, so
No.
50%.
I mean, my intelligence though, I'm pretty smart already. So, what else is the smartness gonna give me? So no.
And if you remember those movies where, like, if you have too much brain power, things just start really screwing up.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not. And then I'm probably gonna go 200K, and this is why. I'm gonna go to 200K because at that point you have the money
Financial
to
freedom.
invest.
Yeah.
And make the money work for you and start investing in people, real estate, gold, whatever holds its value. Real estate.
I feel like I mean, I don't know how much people are in debt nowadays, right? But I feel like 200K should get you out of debt, should pay off everything that you owe. Maybe not a mortgage because, you know, mortgages are really big.
Yeah.
But imagine working and only paying a mortgage. And investing the rest of the money into other things. Mm-hmm. Like that, yeah. I think 200K is good. But, I mean, free groceries, I wouldn't say no to that either.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather live in the worst apartment in the world or the best prison in the world?
Fuck, that's hard. Because some apartments are really ghetto.
But if you make friends, you just make friends with all, like, the gangster
I couldn't live in a prison for sure. I just live in the ghetto apartment.
I know. I'm like, please don't put me in there because I'm just going to be passed around for cigarettes. I'm not going to make it in there, man. I promise.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I would go crazy locked up. Mm-hmm. Like, I just couldn't. Yeah,
and there's just too many secrets, too many surprises. You're always on edge. Someone's always going to want to kill you or rape you or pass you around for cigarettes. Oh, this is kind of a deep one. Give someone false hope or give them no hope. Oh, but which is worse?
Give them no hope.
No hope?
Yeah. Because I feel like if you give them no hope, like, that's their answer, that's it. Like, you can learn, that's up to them to accept it and move on from it. And if you give them false hope, they're living with, like, this lie. And I don't know.
Well, then let's take the free will out of it. So let's say that you have to be a person that just only gives false hope or only gives no hope to everyone in your life.
Oh, dang. Man,
so you wouldn't have the freedom to change. You're just either you're hopeless or you're giving false hope to people.
But okay, like, is it?
So you would, I guess, essentially, one of them you're just going to be a disappointment to everyone, and then the other one you're just going to be a fucking liar.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a disappointment.
I'd rather be a disappointment. I think I can't lie to people. It's because I feel like I'm very like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush to it. Like, I'm just gonna tell you straight up how it is. So I don't know.
I have too much pride, so I would probably be the liar.
You would? Because you don't want people to be like
disappointed. Yeah. Or like, but then they're gonna be disappointed because I'm lying.
But like, okay, like, let's say,
but I can give them false hope for the rest of their life if they're willing to wait. So is that really?
But what if it's like cancer or something, and you're like, you're gonna beat it, and you're lying to them?
Oh, well, that's what people do anyway. People do that every day. Doctors do that to people every day.
I couldn't. I'd be like, you're gonna die.
So doctors are liars. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're not.
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, we could do one more, and then we'll go into the Reddit stories.
Yes. It says, what horrendous barbecue punishment would you rather endure if you had no choice? You get slabbered in barbecue sauce and have to stay in a sauna for 30 minutes.
Ew.
You get stuffed inside a giant marshmallow and lit on fire.
That's already scratched off. No.
They tie you to a giant barbecue grill and spin you in circles for an hour.
Wouldn't you die?
I don't know, but that makes my neck hurt really bad. You get dipped in honey and placed next to an ant hole.
But if you're dipped in honey, are the ants really going to bite you?
No.
No. So probably that one.
I do the sauna.
No, it's disgusting. That's my lens word right now. Disgusting. No. Imagine
sauna,
like
just...
how... No. So gross.
Let's read a crazy Reddit story. I'll read yours first.
Okay.
Okay, let me pull it up. Okay. Am I the asshole for being jealous of my boyfriend and sister's way of bonding?
Oh, that's right.
Don't tell me that they kiss on the mouth because God. So me and my boyfriend have been dating for almost 2.5 years. Him and my sister, I've always had a rocky relationship and never really seemed to get along. They recently started play fighting, which seems like a great bonding experience, but my boyfriend doesn't do the same way with me. He lights up a way I've never seen him do it before. I get jealous anytime they do this. I've expressed these feelings to him, and he seems to take it the wrong way, like he thinks I'm jealous because he's finally getting along with my sister, but I love that they're finally getting along. I just don't like the way that they do it. I wish they would just talk and be friends instead of having to play fight with each other to bond. I wish he would do the same with me, but we always end up arguing because he got too rough or I did. Am I the asshole?
I want to know your thoughts because I read that last night and I was like, he's cheating.
Jealous of my boyfriend's sister's way of bonding. So she's upset because her boyfriend and the sister play fight?
Yeah.
Is that why they're upset?
But you haven't seen those TikToks where like the best friend, like it's two best friends that are girls and the boyfriend will play fight like that with the other best friend? And they're like, he's cheating, dude. They're like, there's no way, like, I would be
like
that
he'd
comfortable.
Be cheating with the sister?
Yeah. Like, you really feel like a guy wouldn't, I don't, like, okay, like, I wouldn't want Henry to be.
But is he, like, hurting the
No,
person,
like, it's like a play fighting. Like, it's like a flirting play fighting. Like, it's like flirt play.
Oh. I would have just asked them or asked your boyfriend, like, hey, like you like her or what?
Yeah, but that's what she's saying. That like he's like, you're crazy. I think if they call you crazy, they're cheating. Because you're not crazy.
I
know. Right? You're not crazy, girl.
That's
you're not crazy. If they call you crazy,
that's a
they're
fact.
cheating. But would you feel comfortable? Do you have sisters?
Yes.
Would you feel comfortable with like your husband like wrestling with your sister?
Yeah, we'd all be fighting on the ground.
But all of y'all. Like, what if this was just something that he would only do with her and he won't do it with you?
Oh, I'll be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. She's like, I try to do it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't think it's to the severity of like cheating, but it's
There's
weird.
Something
there
weird.
Has to be something going on. Like his mom didn't love him or something. He's acting very weird.
Yeah. I just think it's just weird.
This is kind of a long one. Okay. Am I the asshole for kicking my friend out of the car after we almost crashed? Some context. We live on a college campus in a suburban area of a notoriously rural state, and I grew up driving in a large city several states away. I consider myself a very good driver, and ever since I've had my own car, whenever I drive with other people, I always refuse to drive until they buckled their seatbelts. Overkill maybe, but I had a friend who got in a really bad accident, and I don't want to take any chances. So today my friend group made plans to go to an event across town, and we decided that I and our other friend would drive everyone. We split up so that 3 people went in each car. We were only about a mile down on the road when my friend who was sitting next to me suddenly lunged forward, pointed at the front window, and yelled, "Pedestrian!" Of course, I reacted on instinct and immediately slammed the brakes. We skid to a stop. I swear my heart was in my throat. I almost never felt such an immediate and severe panic. Then my friend started laughing so hard he could barely speak. And when I asked where the pedestrian was, he just kept laughing. I got really mad and started driving again because we were blocking traffic, but I yelled at my friend, and it wasn't funny. And why the hell would he think that that was a smart thing to do? He should have just said that I've seen the look on my face. So I immediately pulled over to the side of the road and told him to get out. He didn't want to at first, but I insisted and I wouldn't keep driving. So he said, "Jesus, I'm sorry," in a sarcastic tone and got out. Then I drove away, still massively pissed. Am I the asshole?
Yeah, you're the asshole. You can't freaking take a joke or what?
That's intense, though.
I mean, like, I get it. I get being angry and like, dude, I could have just killed us. Like, I get it, but I wouldn't kick somebody out for it. I would have just been like, you're a dumbass. You almost got us killed. When we get to where we're going, you're not coming back with me. Like, you have to swap with somebody else's car, like with the other car that was also going to the same destination, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like you should kick that person out in the middle of the street. You have anger issues.
I wouldn't kick anybody out. I would leave. I would pull over my car, turn the car off, take my keys, and I would leave.
What?
Yes.
I just feel like
I would be
just
very
like,
fucking upset. Yeah. Because
I mean, it is scary.
Yeah, and he I guess allegedly screamed out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm very antsy with driving. Like whenever me and Edward had drove to Disney,
how was that? Because we were thinking of going. Terrible. Right.
But it wasn't because of the kids though. And mind you, I had 3
the drive
babies.
sucks.
Yes. It's terrible.
Yeah.
We stopped in Pensacola, got a hotel, took a nap. It got to the point where I understand now why truck drivers and stuff fall asleep on the wheel. You think how stupid, how can you fall asleep? No, you get really tired and things just start coming to a point. It looks like the road's about to end and your heart starts beating fast and I'll slow down.
That long bridge you have to cross.
Oh, yes, so and it scares the crap out of me. And so I drove the whole way, but I would try to sleep and I would hear the you know how you roll over and I'd get up, I'm like, let me drive, and he's like, oh my god, it was one time.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're gonna fall asleep.
I know.
It's dark, scary. It's scary, and
because I've drove with my parents before I was married. We went to Disney World and we drove and I hated it. I was like, I will never do this ever again. So when we took my daughter for the first time, we flew. And then we went again in December and we drove in those big vans. It was my whole family. It was 14 of us.
All y'all in the van?
Yeah. It was a big van.
I would imagine.
We all had,
I hope so.
But it still sucked.
It was still bad?
It was horrible. Horrible. The worst experience ever. And so now it sucks. It sucks. And now we're thinking of surprising my daughter for her birthday in October, and I was like, well, if we do it this way, we could technically drive.
Yeah.
I was like, but we could leave on a Tuesday night. I was like, and come back Saturday, and you have that time to rest. When we come back Saturday. I was like, and it's just you, me, and Mylen's gonna be asleep half the time.
Yeah.
I was like, so I don't know if we should try it. And he was like, if we find cheap flights, we're leaving on a airplane.
No, yeah, I would definitely exhaust all airline options first and then start considering driving.
Because when we flew, it was a breeze. It was nothing. We were there in 2 hours. And it was back when Disney still had the shuttle buses. So the buses picked us up, took us to the resort. And it was perfect. But they don't have that no more. So I'm like, it's money. Yeah. So it's money flying, an Uber from Disney the airport to the Disney. And then.
Oh, because are y'all staying at a Disney resort?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all not?
No, we're staying at a Disney resort.
They don't have the buses anymore?
No. That's what I'm saying. They got rid of them. You can pay, but it's $80.
When I went, that saved my life. We literally, all we did was ride
No. They have the buses, the buses. The buses that'll take you from the resort to the parks.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh my God.
They used to have, imagine, but they used to have those same shuttle buses. They used to pick up
the airport
people from the airport at no extra cost.
Okay.
And now it's an extra cost.
I got it.
So I'm like, that's a lot of money there and back. I don't know.
I don't know. We walking.
I know. I was like, but I don't know. Okay. One more story.
One more. Okay. The overtime stepmother. My husband, I haven't read this one. Okay. So I'm like, oh God. My husband works around his ex's schedule.
So the husband's, yeah. Works around the ex-wife's schedule.
Yeah. As hers isn't as flexible as his, or so she says.
But I'm assuming they have kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever she doesn't want the kids, wants to go out, see her boyfriend, etc., we have the kids as a favor to her. But when we ask for a favor, or when I ask him to ask her to return the favor, nothing happens. We have the kids at least 3 to 5 times a week as she's working. Last week, we had the kids from Tuesday until this Tuesday, and she didn't tell us that the weekend was actually just a favor. She wanted to go out until he dropped them back off. So in return, I asked him to ask for this weekend for us to go away as we were both off, which up until this morning was still the plan. Over the weekend, she's invited a friend and her son over, knowing that this kid bullies their son, so asked if we can have him for the weekend. So now he's planning to bring him away with us. I said I'd rather just us to go away on the weekend as planned, but if we can't find other arrangements for their son, I'd rather not go at all. So now he thinks I'm being an asshole. This isn't the first time it's happened. We had a night away booked, and last minute she called and dropped their daughter off, so we had to bring her with us. Just so you know, I spend a lot of time with the kids. They're with us most of the week and take day trips on weekends and a couple of holidays and half terms, so it's not like I refuse to bring them anywhere with us all the time, just when it's been planned as a couple's getaway. And then
wait, so is this the grandparents, like the grandma and the grandpa?
No, this is
or the new wife.
Her husband's ex.
Oh, her husband's ex. Okay.
Asking for him to grab the kids like whenever.
Okay.
Last minute, and ruining the husband and new wife's plans.
Okay.
Because whatever she has going on. And then she put an edit. She was like, "No, I don't hate the kids. Yes, I understand he's a dad first, but she's a mom first. By favor, I meant when she last minute decides to see her boyfriend or go out, not by doing his parent duties as he should." Hold on. By favor, I meant when she last minute decides to see her boyfriend or go out, not by doing his parent duties as he should. Also, I told him to just take his son away and spend the weekend with him. So basically the situation is the husband's ex dumps the kids on them, husband and new wife, consistently, to the point where now it's intruding on their couple time.
Yeah.
And what she's asking her husband to do is like, hey, have the conversation. I do this, that, and the fifth for you. Can you return this, that, and the fifth for me? And I hate to say favor because that would piss a lot of moms off. So it's not a favor because at the end of the day, they're just taking care of the kids. Yeah. They're swapping time back and forth.
Yeah.
But the time that, in this case, the ex is swapping outweighs what the dad is doing. So if he were to ask her, like, hey, me and my wife are trying to go away. Can you, like, cool it? Can you cool it this weekend? It's just a weekend, and I'll come back. Like, when I come back, I'll grab them. But that conversation doesn't happen. So she's like, am I the asshole for just canceling the trip and telling him to take his son with him by himself? Because she's irritated at this point.
I feel like that's a really touchy subject, but I think I would be mad too. Mm-hmm. Like, I get what she means. Like, it's not that she doesn't want to have the kids or anything.
Mm-hmm. Or that she has any kind of, like, ill intent with them or has issues or anything like that. It's just irritating that he won't have that conversation with her. And I think where she's coming from is she probably wants to know why. Yeah, like what is the disconnect between you asking? Because when she asks you, you're saying yes all the time. Yeah. But why are you so afraid to ask?
But you don't think, like, maybe she holds something against him, or
the ex or the current?
The ex.
I don't know. Yeah. At that point, like, you couldn't even say anything without being like, oh, you're being a hater, or like, you still love her, or whatever. Yeah. So, like, he can't be like, oh, you're doing this to me on purpose. Like, you just want to be with your boyfriend. And then she's like, oh, well, like, why you care about it? You still want me or what? Yeah. And then it turns into one of those conversations. So, for sure, maybe that's where he's coming from, but.
Okay, so
that would be irritating.
What? So, because we can talk about, like, bonus moms with that, right? Like, you have a bonus baby, right? Mm-hmm. So, what is, like, how would you handle that situation? Because do you feel like you've ever come through something like that with the bonus baby's mom, or yeah?
It doesn't happen as often anymore, but I have. And that's why I understand
Both sides.
where sister, yes, I understand. I'm mature enough to put all that to the side and be like, okay, like I was once a single mom too, so I understand the importance of like going out and having your free time, like whatever, and kids need to go whatever. But like I also understand where that one, where the current wife is coming from, because she just is posing the question like, hey, you know, we do this, that, and the fifth. How come you can't ask her to do this one solid for us so we can go away? Because at this point, it seems like it's being like it's calculated, perfect, and it's happy, and it's like she's being strategic.
Yeah, and then also I would be like, no, like we have plans. It's your weekend, and if you're just sending the son over because of this kid that's coming over, don't have the kid come over.
But then that's going to turn into a conversation of, oh, don't worry about what happens in my home. Worry about what happens in yours. But then I guess the both of them have to understand what happens in their homes that ultimately will affect the other person's home. Because when one person can't do it, the other parent has to step up. Yeah. Not just out of obligation. That's your goddamn kid. Yeah. So you have to do it. So that it can get very like scorekeeping, and nobody wants to feel like they're being like kept or checked or anything like that. So it
sucks because like it's irritating. Like it seems like the dad is very flexible. Like, oh, you want to go out? Like that's fine. Like I'll take the kids. But she never wants to return the favor, according to the story. Yeah, she was never like, oh, like y'all have plans. Don't worry. Like let me get with this other mom. Let me tell her I can't have this kid come over. Like it's cool. But again, like not a lot of people are mature enough to like. Yeah. And I feel like when it's, especially if she has a new boyfriend, like I feel like when it's times, like when stuff like that is like that, like it's precise, como que she's like doing it to hurt their plans. It's like, do you still have feelings? Because I feel like if you're 100% over it, that's when it's like more of the co-parenting is easier. Yeah. As opposed to like when it's new and fresh and where did this girl come from and all of that. So... I think, there's a lot you could talk on that, but
it just, I don't know. It can get very irritating. And I still want to know in their situation, like why he won't ask. Yeah. I would just want to know, like, why aren't you asking? How come you're scared? Like, why are you scared of her for?
What do you think would be the reason?
I don't know. Like it could be that it could be something as simple as I just don't want to start an argument. But that shit gets tiring after you hear it so many times. It's like it doesn't have to be an argument. You're just asking a question.
Yeah, I've never dealt with like baby mama drama, but I've dealt with like mother-in-law drama. And it does get to a point where it's like I'm tired of it. Like this shit needs to stop. Like I'm over it. Like something needs to change. And I'm not the one that's able to do that because I'm not like that person's kid. Yeah. You got to do it. Yep. Like you got to do it. You got to set boundaries. You got to set standards. Like you got to do it. And if you don't do it, like I feel like as a woman, you start like just slowly like letting that shit go until you're just like, I'm done. Yeah. So that's a good Reddit story. One. Yeah. But was there anything else you wanted to discuss or add? No.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I feel like it was a really good episode.
Yeah. I didn't freeze this time. Did not freeze.
Yeah, like the conversation flowed good. Everything. I feel like it was a really good episode. You brought really good topics. I'm really excited to edit it and make a lot of funny reels. Dude, you made me laugh. I knew it. I was like, I know Taylor's going to make me laugh. Like, I just know it's going to be a really funny episode. But guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. It's for the chicas on everything. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye.